Goat versus Fish. In the beginning, there was Goat versus Fish, the GoatVsFish. And Goat versus Fish said that there should be goat and that there should be fish. There is no alpha or omega. There is no black or white. There is no good or evil. There is only goat and fish. And Goat versus Fish. Welcome to the Goat vs. Fish podcast, recorded live at the world-famous Comedy Store in Los Angeles, a place of Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish speaks to you now. You. Yes, you. You are a part of Goat vs. Fish, forever Goat vs. Fish, and Goat vs. Fish is a part of you. You have many questions, I see. Who is Goat vs. Fish? What is Goat versus Fish? Why is Goat versus Fish? But there is only one question. Are you goat or are you fish? Ponder it. Ponder it now. This is Goat versus Fish. Ponder. Ponder. Ponder goat. Ponder fish. Ponder the land. Ponder the sea. Ponder Goat versus Fish. Ponder how you are one with Goat versus Fish. Ponder the goat and the fish around you. Ponder the goat and the fish within you. Ponder with others who have heard the word of Goat versus Fish, and ponder with those who have not heard the word of Goat versus Fish. Ponder with them all, and share your goatly and fishly ponderings. For that is Goat versus Fish. That is Goat versus Fish. And it was written, and it was written. The time has come. The time has come to spread the word. To spread the word of Goat versus Fish. But how? The one asks. How do I spread the word of Goat versus Fish? Goat versus Fish will tell you. Ask one you know. Ask them. On the social media, ask if they are goat or fish. Ask if they are goat or fish and tag at Goat versus Fish. Do it now. Do it now. Goat versus Fish will sing a song of celebration as you do this. Goat versus fish versus fish. Goat versus fish versus fish. Goat versus fish. Goat versus fish. Have you done it? Have you spread the word? If you have not, pause it. Pause this podcast and spread the word of Goat versus Fish. Pause it now and spread the word, then return. Return to Goat versus Fish. Always return to Goat versus Fish and hear the word of Goat versus Fish. Today, Goat vs. Fish speaks to a one. The ones have many names for one another. They call each other many things that are not goat or fish. What do the ones call this one? What do they call this one?
They call me Jordan Perry.
They call it Jordan Perry. Are you goat or fish? Are you goat or fish?
You know, I was expecting the question, and I'm gonna go with fish.
You're going to go with fish?
I'm fish.
You are a fish? It is a fish! It is a fish! Let us celebrate this fish. Let us celebrate this fish. Yes, be with the fish. Be with the fish.
I am with the fish.
Yes. How does it feel to be with the fish?
It feels good. Fish feel good. They're all scaly here, and yeah. Did that pig bad? I don't even know. I feel like I'm a fence sitter now.
Oh, you feel like you are a fence sitter now. It sounds like you are not sure that you are fish after all. You are considering sitting on the fence.
Considering, yeah, I think I
You're
am.
considering it, yes. Consider for too long and you will become a fence sitter. No. This one does
No.
not have the goat and the fish. It is still a fish. It is still a fish.
Still a fish.
But goat versus fish wonders if it is truly a fish and not a fence sitter.
Yeah.
Yes. Why would this fish want to sit on the fence? Why would it want to sit on the fence?
I don't know. I feel like swimming with the fishes, being with the fishes, has a negative connotation. You know, it's like you're dead. You know?
A negative
Yeah.
connotation.
That's what they
There
say.
is no negative or positive. There is only goat and fish. But what does this one mean? What does this one mean? A negative connotation.
Like you're sleeping with the fishes. That's you're dead. That's what the mob says before they kill you.
The end of a goat or a fish. To sleep with the fish is to end the fish.
Yes.
Goat versus fish does not want this. Goat versus fish does not want the end of any goat or fish. Always more goat and fish. Always more goat and fish. You think you will end fish by being a fish?
No, I don't think I'll end fish. I just think the fish will end me. I don't think I will be alive anymore if I'm two fish.
If you are two fish, do you feel two fish? Do you feel that you are two fish?
I feel like I could be a little two fish.
Yes. Tell us what it is like. What is it like when this one feels two fish? When this fish feels two fish?
I feel like I'm. I don't know. Let me ask you: are you goat versus fish? Has anyone ever asked you that?
If I am goat versus fish, yes, I am goat versus.
But are you
fish.
goat or fish?
Am I goat or fish? I am goat versus fish, the goat fish. Both goat and fish, neither goat nor fish. The unity and disunity of goat and fish. Forever goat versus fish, the goat fish.
Mm-hmm. Can I be a goat fish? Is that an option for me?
Goat fish, you cannot be goat fish. There is only one goat versus fish, the goat fish. You must choose. The ones must choose goat.
Okay.
Or
fish.
Fish, yes.
Okay.
Of course, we all wish to be one with goat versus fish, the goat fish. And by being goat or fish, you become closer to goat versus fish. We are together, this one and goat versus fish. But you cannot be the goat fish. You cannot be goat fish.
So
you must choose goat
I become
or fish.
closer to you during this.
Closer to goat versus fish, yes. Goat versus fish comes from within you. Yes.
Is this like a sex thing? I feel like this is like a sex thing.
A sex thing. What is a sex thing?
I mean, what you got on under that bathrobe, under that towel there, man?
A towel.
Do you have pants on under that towel?
Many have said to goat versus fish, what is the towel? Why do you wear a towel?
It's so many questions.
But there is no towel. This is goat versus fish. This is all goat versus fish. Within, without, all goat versus fish. What is a towel? Is it a goat or a fish? This is goat versus fish. This is all goat versus fish.
When you come, do you say goat versus fish?
Come to a place. Come to a place to spread the word of
no,
goat
like
versus fish.
when you orgasm.
Orgasm. What is an orgasm? Is it a goat or a fish?
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
Do you know that you are a fish? Have you forgotten that
No,
you are a fish?
I'm definitely a fish right now. I'm
Yes,
definitely a
yes,
fish. I
yes.
feel very comfortable being a fish right now. Yeah.
If it comes from goat versus fish, then it is goat versus fish.
If it comes from goat versus fish, then it
Yes.
is a goat.
From goat versus fish, coming out of goat versus fish, coming into goat versus fish, all things goat versus fish. Yes. So if it comes from goat versus fish, it is goat versus fish.
Okay. How many followers do you say you have?
On the Instagram, there are 200 followers. Yes, at goat versus fish.
More goat or fish, or which one? Which one's more?
Goat versus fish has found that when goat versus fish shares a goat or a fish, sometimes more goats celebrate that goat. Sometimes more fish celebrate the fish. It is sometimes goat and it is sometimes fish.
You need a celebrity, man. You need like Scientology has like Tom Cruise. You need to get like a celebrity in your thing. That'll bump you up.
Tom Cruise. Is this a one? Is this a one called
He is.
Tom Cruise?
He was in Mission Impossible
Mission
and in other movies.
movie. What is a movie?
It's damn, you got me on a loop here. It's like a moving picture. It's like real life but fake, and you watch it on a screen.
So it is a way to spread the word of goat versus fish?
Yes.
Yes, it is a way.
Yes.
To spread the word of goat versus
They're
fish.
all about it.
But if there's this one called Tom Cruise, then yes, send it a message, yes, on the Book of Faces on the Twitterver, on the Instagram. Yes, find this one they call Tom Cruise and ask if it is a goat or a fish. Only one can say for itself.
Oh, I can ask Tom if he's a goat or a fish?
Yes, of course you can ask Tom if it is a goat or a fish.
So then what's the difference between me and you?
Between this one and Goat versus Fish?
Yeah.
I am Goat versus Fish and you are a fish.
Okay, so you're GoatFish and I'm a fish.
Goat versus Fish, the goatfish, yes. And you are one who has chosen fish.
What if I choose goat too?
You wish to choose goat instead of fish?
No, I want both of them.
You wish to be the goatfish. You are here again saying you wish to be goatfish. You sound more and more like a fence sitter with each moment.
Why am I a fence sitter and you're Go First Fish? You get to be in your towel, which I still don't know. I still don't know if you're wearing pants underneath there.
There is no towel. There is only goat
I'm waiting for you to
versus
whip your
fish.
dick out. I think that's what this whole thing is. Just wait for you to show me your penis. This whole podcast is a sham.
All I can show you is goat versus fish.
These
These
mics aren't even on.
Versus fish, yes. But you wish to be goat and fish. You cannot be both goat and fish. Why do you wish to be goat and fish? Why do you wish to be goat and fish?
More like, why are you making me choose? I was going my whole life without choosing, and now I got to choose? What is this?
Ah, yes. This one wants to know why it has to choose. Yes. Let us ask why one has to choose between goat and fish. In the beginning, there was Goat versus Fish, the goatfish. And Goat versus Fish said that there should be goat and that there should be fish. There's no alpha or omega. There is no black or white. There is no good or evil. There is only goat and Goat versus Fish. Who is Goat versus Fish? What is Goat versus Fish? Why is Goat versus Fish? Why do I have to choose between goat and fish? These are not the questions. The only question is, are you goat or are you fish? That is why you choose between goat and fish, because Goat versus Fish has asked you if you are a goat or a fish. And are you a goat or a fish?
You know what I'm going to show you? I'm going to show you this right here. See that? That's a goat fish. It's a fish called a goatfish.
It looks like a fish.
It's a goatfish.
It looks like a fish.
But it's a goatfish.
It is a fish that the ones call a goatfish.
What do you make of that?
The ones have many names for many things. The ones sometimes call themselves goatfish. The ones sometimes call themselves goat versus fish. Perhaps the ones have called this thing a goatfish. But it is a fish.
If you have a kid, are they going to be a goat or a fish or a goatfish?
What is a kid?
You don't even know what that is.
What is a kid?
Kid is a baby goat.
A baby goat, a small goat. Yes,
small
Goat versus Fish has found a small goat. Tiny goats, yes,
Yeah.
Tiny goats and tiny fish, yes, they versus one another, yes.
Yes.
Goat versus Fish is pleased to see them versing one another because it is Goat versus Fish.
You like the chaos. You like the verses. You like to see people go at it. I'm starting to figure you out.
To see goat and fish. To see goat and fish. What is a people?
But that's all there is
A
goat
people
versus fish.
Yes,
So you
there
like
is
to see
only
the goats
goat
and the
versus
fishes fight. Why can't the goats and the fishes... Why can't it be goat and fish?
There are goat and fish.
But why is it versus? Why you got to put people against each other?
Putting goat and fish against each other.
Yes, putting goat and fish against each other. Why can't they be on the same team?
It is Goat versus Fish, the goatfish. One may choose the unity of the goat and fish, but one cannot do it alone. There can be a goat and there can be a fish, and together they can form the unity of the goatfish. But one alone cannot be both goat and fish. One alone must choose goat or fish.
So I need a goat.
If there is a goat and you are a fish, then together you can be the unity of the goatfish. But alone you are a goat or a fish. One is a goat or a fish.
What does it say about me that I'm a fish?
What does it say about you that you are a fish? Goat versus fish cannot say. It means you are a fish. It means you are of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
It means you are versus the goat.
Mm-hmm.
But what does it mean to be a fish? This one is a fish.
I think I am. I'm a fish, definitely.
Yes,
I feel comfortable right now.
Tell the ones who listen now who are choosing between goat and fish what it means to be fish, so that they may choose a fish.
To be a fish, I think it means that you just wanted to make a choice so that way you wouldn't get mad at me. I feel a lot of pressure coming from you, honestly, man.
You're
only very stern. I wouldn't have chosen anything. I'm very indecisive.
But you do choose fish. You complain.
Yeah,
you complain and
I'm
say,
cool
"Oh,
with
I
the
am
fish.
pressured by goat versus fish." You say, "Oh, you have made me choose goat or fish." But you choose fish.
I
You
do choose fish.
Then
I
you
choose
are a
fish.
fish. And goat versus fish is pleased that you have chosen fish.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Pleased that you have chosen
I'm
fish.
glad you're
yes.
happy. You're very stern.
Mm-hmm. Goat versus fish wants everyone to feel goat versus fish. Yes.
Mm.
And when this one says it is a fish, but then wants to sit on the fence, goat versus fish is concerned for this one. Goat
Okay.
versus fish wants this one to be a goat or a fish, to be its inner goat or fish. When you speak of sitting on the fence, no, goat versus fish is not
Okay.
pleased.
So do I have to write you a check? Where's that part come in?
You wish to make an offering to goat versus fish?
I assume that's what this is.
This is goat versus fish.
Right.
Yes.
And there's no money involved?
You wish to make an offering? Make an offering to goat versus fish. Yes, by all means, make an offering. But goat versus fish does not ask for an offering. Goat versus fish only asks that you choose goat or fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because it is goat versus fish.
So you just divide and conquer.
Divide. What is what? There is no what. What
You
is
divide. You make people choose.
The ones?
Yes, the ones.
Well, there are
They
goat
are
and
one
fish.
until you make them divide.
There should be goat and fish. There should be goat and fish.
Mm-hmm.
More goat and fish.
As
more
it
goat
was
and
in the
fish,
beginning.
Yes. A one is a one, yes? How could a one be divided?
Because you make them choose goat or fish.
Yes, one is either a goat or a fish. A goat and a fish can become goatfish if they come together, yes. But it is always goat versus
So
fish. It
what,
is always goat
what happens
versus
if two
fish.
goats or two fish come together?
Two goats and two fish?
Yeah.
They may versus one another.
Fish can verse fish?
A fish can versus a fish. Yes, sometimes fish disagree with one another. Yes, and
Mm.
goats sometimes disagree. They are all goat, though. They are all goat if they are goat. They are all fish if they are fish.
Mm.
But it is goat versus fish. Yes, it is goat versus fish. Some goats do not like it when other goat versus one another, for they say, we should be versus the fish, for it is goat versus fish. And some fish feel the same when they are versing one another.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel you are ever versus another fish? You are a fish.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yes, yes. What is it like to be versus another fish?
It's
though
not
you are
good.
Fish?
Fishes swim together. That's how you're safe when you're a fish.
Safe from the goat?
Yeah, maybe.
Do you
Yeah.
feel threatened by the goat? Are the goat a threat to this fish?
I feel like goats are assholes. I've never really met a goat. Actually, I take that back. At the Grove, people sometimes bring goats because they make like soap or some stupid shit, whatever, with the goat milk or whatever. But the goats are actually quite sweet. And yeah, so the goats are nice. I don't know why I had that gut feeling that goats are assholes. Maybe it's because I'm a fish.
Yes, it is because you are a fish. You are a fish, yes.
Man.
Do you regret choosing fish? Do you wish you had sat on the fence or not answered the question? This one who feels so pressured by goat versus fish,
No.
that only wants goat or fish for this goat or fish.
No, I wish it was something more. I feel like I want something enlightening or
Something more, yes. What
Yeah.
does this one want? Yes, tell us what it wants.
I mean, I want to figure some. I feel like I chose fish and then I got more confused. I didn't get any enlightenment out of this. And you seem pretty enlightened. You seem like you know some things.
I do know that there are goat and fish and goat versus fish, yes.
How old are you?
In the beginning, there was goat versus fish.
That's what I'm saying.
In the beginning,
That's
there
what I'm
was goat
saying.
versus
You know a lot of
fish.
stuff and you're just holding back. You got one question from me? You got nothing else, man?
How do you versus the goat?
How do I versus the goat?
You are a fish. It is goat versus fish.
Mm.
How do you versus the goat? Tell us how you versus the goat.
I don't think I verse the goat. I think the goat's coming at me. I'm a pacifist.
The goats are coming at the fish.
They're coming
yes.
at me, man.
Do you mean to say that this fish only is versus the goat because the goats are versus the fish?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
How has the goat versus the fish? You have been versus by a goat. Tell us how it has versus you.
I feel like goats are just always in your face. Not actual goats. Real goats, the animals, they're actually really, really, really sweet. They don't like to bite or buck or anything. But like people who are goats, greatest of all time goat, they
Yes.
want to be the best. They're always trying to be the best. I don't know. Actually, now I kind of want to be a goat.
You can become a goat. You cannot be a goat and a
Oh.
fish, but if you wish to become a goat, you can become a goat.
You can switch to goat.
All one needs to do is say
Give up
that
the
it is goat
fish.
to become a goat. Are you a goat? Are you goat or fish? Let us ask this one. Goat versus fish is waiting. Goat versus fish wonders if it will become a goat. It is not on the fence. It is a fish.
I'm gonna take goat. Give me goat. Give it to me.
Say you are a goat.
I'm a goat. Give
It
me.
is a goat. It is
Woo!
a goat. The goat, the goat, the goat do triumph. The goat do triumph over the fish. The goat, the goat, the goat do triumph. The goat do triumph over the fish. Yes, it
Yeah.
was a fish, but now it is a goat. How does it feel to be a goat?
This feels better.
Yes.
That's what was missing.
Yes.
That's what was missing.
Yes.
It put me in a bad headspace to be a fish. But this feels good. This feels good. Goat feels good.
Yes, it is a goat. It is a goat. Goat versus fish wants there to be more goat and more fish, but if this one feels better as a goat, then it is a goat, and you are a goat. Yes.
I am a goat.
What does this one have to say? Have to say to the ones who are on the fence? Have to say to the fish or to the goat? Now's the time to say to the ones. What does this one have to say to the ones who are choosing between goat and fish?
I am 100% sure.
It is 100% a goat.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you
Goat
for having
versus
me.
Fish. Yes, always thank Goat versus
Oh,
Fish.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to do this. At this Jordan Perry. Hit me up on Twitter or Instagram.
Is that how one can communicate with this goat?
That's how you can communicate with this goat here.
You can say to this goat, why were you a fish and now you are a goat? Or you can celebrate it for being a goat, yes.
I would much rather you celebrate me. Bring some love into the world, you know?
Yes. Bring more Goat versus Fish. Bring more Goat versus Fish.
Ask yourself, are you a goat? Are you a fish?
Yes, that is the word of Goat versus Fish.
I get it now. I'm in it now.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you for being part of Goat versus Fish.
Thank you for having me, GoatVsFish.
The time has come. Goat, fish, and fence sitter alike to celebrate Goat versus Fish. There are many ways to celebrate, yes. Today, we do not sing. We poem. We poem. We poem in celebration of Goat versus Fish. Let us poem in celebration of Goat versus Fish. Are you goat or are you fish? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the ponderer to verses, the horns and fins of outrageous goat and fish, or to take verses against the sea or land, and by verses celebrate them, the goat, the fish. Thank you for joining Goat versus Fish. You have heard the word of Goat versus Fish. The theme music for this episode was an offering by McHenry on SoundCloud. And if you, one who listens, has a celebration of Goat versus Fish, do send it. Send it to goatvsfish@gmail.com, GoatVsFish. Send your celebration and send your questions. Questions for Goat versus Fish, yes. Goat versus Fish may answer them on the Goat versus Fish podcast. Follow the Goat vs. Fish podcast. Follow Goat vs. Fish on all social media. The Instagram, the Book of Faces, the Twitter, all at Goat vs. Fish. Join the Goat vs. Fish discussion group on the Book of Faces to discuss Goat vs. Fish with other goat and fish, maybe even a fence sitter. And when you are out in the land and the sea, look about you. Look about you. Find one who is lost, who does not know the way, and ask. Simply ask, are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or fish? Thank you for being part of Goat versus Fish. I am Goat versus Fish, the GoatVsFish. And it was written, and it was written.